What is up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be working on the tool post for the lathe so we can get up and cutting. Something arrived that we've been waiting for about a week or two, and that is a quick change tool post for my South Bend lathe over there. Now this is an off-brand, it's just Chinese. It's the brand called Bowstar, and actually this was recommended to me by the machinist at work. He bought one for his home lathe and said it was actually really amazing quality for the cost. So this is an AXA sized quick change tool post. It is an 8-piece kit, was about 150 bucks shipped to the house. So not expensive at all. It's an 8-piece kit, 2 extra large tool holders, excuse me. And yeah, we're gonna unwrap all this stuff real quick and kind of see what we think. I'm sure I'm gonna have to modify the bottom mount plate, and our machinist said I could go ahead and bring that over to his house and we would mill it down real quick if I need to. So we're gonna get her all unboxed and we'll check her out here. Alright guys, I just went ahead and used some brake clean, cleaned some of the Cosmoline off just to make it a little nicer for handling so my hands don't get all dirty. This is what the kit came with. This is the AXA tool post, and actually just looking at it, it looks pretty decent. I'm definitely going to have to mill the bottom down so it'll fit into my T-slot, but it feels pretty hefty, pretty well made. That actually feels pretty smooth, the locking system. I don't feel any real grittiness into it or anything, so yeah, actually that feels pretty good. So, comes with a boring bar. This I think is for 3/4 shank boring tool, so a little big for the boring stuff I have, but there is another tool holder in here that's designed to help hold smaller boring tools. It's V'd out. Each of these have a pretty nice knurled lock, and then they're all hex adjusted on the top, so I'll have to get the sizes and make sure I have them laying over there by the lathe. But all that feels really smooth and stuff too. So you get a boring one, get, let's see, 1, 2 completely regular tool holders. Those look pretty good. One with that V block out for smaller round stuff. And then you get 1, 2 different styled oversized quick changers. Sorry, and not in the view there. But these guys. Then you get a cutoff tool. Uses the 1/2-inch size cutoff tool, so I did order stuff for that as well. And then another one of those extra large tool holders. So, and then a knurling tool. So, pretty rough on the internals. You can see cutting grit and stuff still in there. Maybe if it'll focus, there's still chunks and stuff. So I think while I got it apart, I'll clean everything and I'll put some grease in there so it just runs a little bit smoother, but really not too bad. What is up, guys? It is a new day. It's finally below 100 degrees outside, and I feel like working in the shop a little bit. It's only about 80, so it's an absolutely beautiful day now, and we're gonna keep working on the quick tool post for the lathe, I should say. Jeez. Talked with my machinist at work, and he was able to mill the bottom mount plate down for me. I ended up taking the compound off of the lathe and just taking it with that part to him. He was able to mill it down for me, no problem. We traded some time. I'm gonna cut something on the plasma cutter for him eventually when he needs it, but super stoked that it got done. Nice and perfect fit. The South Bend lathe, for how big it is, actually has a very tiny compound, I think. So, but we're gonna get this all cleaned up here. We haven't gotten this all cleaned out yet. We'll clean it out, add some grease, and we'll get this slapped back on to the lathe. Alright, so I got this all cleaned up pretty good, and I put some wheel bearing grease in there to just grease it all back up. That may or may not be the right stuff to use, but it's a lot smoother running filling now. Feels pretty good, should be awesome. We'll get that hooked up, but while the compound was off, I decided to go ahead and take it apart here. It took me a few minutes to figure out how to get it all apart. It doesn't slide very smoothly, so I'm figuring that the slide was too tight, or that was my guess, but it's, now that I'm in there and tore it apart, it's been some super old grease in there, never been cleaned out probably or serviced in a long time. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this up because I would like to cut tapers at some point with this unit. So we're gonna get this all cleaned back up. I might go do some research and see what people use for cleaning lathe parts, and it may end up being worth taking this whole thing apart and going through it, but we'll have to decide what we want to do there. So what's up, guys? I think we got the tool post all set up on the lathe. We need to adjust and make some tooling for that, but I think a good way to test that out is go ahead and we're going to make a new TIG back cap. I started one a while back and it looks okay, but I think we're going to change up the design a little bit. I'm probably going to make it a little more complicated, but ultimately what I want is a TIG back cap that I can use a full 7-inch tungsten with, that, but also a stubby gas lens setup. And if you want to check this out, some TIG practice there, but this is a stubby setup on my 17 torch, and then this is the long one, and it's too short, it touches. They might have an extra long one, but I can't seem to find one, so I'm just going to go ahead and make my own back cap. It's probably about an inch longer, and I think I want to do the first section as aluminum, and then I'll switch to like epoxy after that, and we'll do something, I don't know yet. We're just going to wing it. I was working on the back cap, and I got the epoxy part looking pretty good that I would epoxy together to the aluminum, but my top slide was leaking, is all jacked up on the carriage. I'm betting the half nut or something is bad, and from what I've read, I can't get parts for this very easily. But on the bright side, quick tool post is pretty nice. I like that. Makes it a lot easier, a lot quicker to swap stuff around. So we're gonna end the video here, guys, and we'll have to see what to do with the lathe, I guess. But yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with the lathe. Look into fixing it, or maybe I'll get a different one. Who knows? Have to do some figuring and decide, I guess. But thanks for watching.